Okay, today we're going to cover references. So let's do another class, public class references. And in here, public static void main string args. Okay, so let's first go with some objects that we're very familiar with. Say we said string 1 equals I don't know, 3, and then we'll say string. We'll create this one in a different way. We'll say equals new string and 3. If I print them both out, I forgot the quote, then they should have the exact same thing. So system out println str1, and then system out println str2. If I save this, yes, I'm going to save this in the same place I save everything else. Save, and then I run it, I get 3 and 3. So this is an object. It's in the string class. This is another object in the string class, and they both have the exact same value. Even though they have the same value, these are references. String 1 points to a reference or memory location. So if I were to say if str1 equals str2, then I would say system, didn't capitalize again, system out println, these are the same, but they're not the same. It won't work. So I'll put else system out println not the same. So what it'll do, since str1 is compared to str2, what Java is going to do is actually look at the memory address. The memory address of str1 points to where the data is for str1. It doesn't actually point to str1. str1 is just a memory location, and str2 is a different memory location, and has all sorts of methods you can do. You can lowercase and uppercase it, and you can get subsets and indexes, and all sorts of great things with strings. So when we run this, and it says not the same, because this memory location of where str1 is not the same memory location of str2. So now in order to compare, I have to do dot equals. So all right, no problem. str1 dot equals str2, and if that's true, then we'll say they're the same. Let's look at another example. And we'll say import java.awt.point. This is a point class. All it is it holds an x and a y. So I'm going to say point pt1 equals new point 3 comma 3, and then point pt2 equals new point 3 comma 3. All right. So I'll comment this out and look at just point. So system out println pt1, and I'll do the same thing. Oops, too much, way too much. I'll do the same thing for point 2. All right, print those out, and what do we get? All right, x equals 3, y equals 3, no problem. Well, let's see if these are the same. So this is the equals. That's what we will end up doing. But first, we're going to simply say, is string 1 the same as string 2? Well, we're not dealing with strings anymore. We're dealing with points. So we'll rename those. Is point 1 the same as point 2? If they are, they'll be the same. If not, they're not the same. Well, says not the same. Even though the values inside are the same, point 1 points to a memory location, and point 2 points to another memory location. So when Java says, is point 1 the same as point 2, it's saying, are these memory locations the same? They are not the same. So we'll have to do a dot equals. And if they are true, then it'll say that they're equals. The dot equals, just like for the string, compares the contents of the two strings. And for this case, for the points, it compares the points. So when you have objects, whenever you're using the equal sign, like this one, then it's comparing actual memory locations. So let's have int I equals 1 and int j equals 1. Is j equal to I equal to j? Yes. So if I equals to j, then they're the same. System out paren line I equals j. And if this works, you might be confused. You're like, what in the world? You just said it's not the same. We know that I equals j, but over here, 0.1 does not equal to 0.2. We have to do the dot equals. The difference is the difference between a primitive and an object. Primitive, there we go. Your ints and doubles and chars and floats and booleans, those are simply primitives. So when I look at the memory location of I, I'll simply see the value 1. But that's all you can do with it. I just hold a number. You can't have any, there's no objects, there's no methods calls, it's just a simple value. Objects, you can have all sorts of things get involved with them. You got dot equals, dot to string, you can add them together, lots of really neato things. But with primitives, all you're doing is comparing values.